Oxygen has many purposes. One of the most important use of oxygen will be in the process of the cell division and the cell elongation that it actually induce in many of the cell, for which it is always has been noticed that oxygen actually it helps in initiation of the lateral root of the plant. Means whenever we see a plant, we know that the root they grow underneath and in the soil, and the formation of the lateral root is actually what helps the plant to anchor itself properly toward to the ground. Not only that, it also is responsible for like absorption of minerals and nutrients from the soil, like along with water. This water soluble minerals that it actually absorb, it is all due to the lateral root that are there. And this lateral root, its initiation is actually induced uh, by oxygen. How? Well, oxygen has the property of inhibiting the elongation of primary roots. Means the primary root, this that is growing longer, the one that actually grows longer and longer, that primary root, its elongation step is actually inhibited because oxygen acts in a complete different manner, quite antagonistically in the root area with respect to that of the stem area. Now in the moment this oxygen actually it accumulates in around this particular region, we are going to see that the plant root it does not elongate, the primary root it does not elongate, and thus the adventitious roots and all the lateral roots that are supposed to be there, those things actually are initiated now. Means those things actually starts coming out, and that is all mediated by the oxygen. So that is actually one of the most important property of oxygen. Well, as I said, it does help in cell division and cell elongation, and has been noticed that any of the time the initiation zone, means the area where we find that the this is actually the diagrammatic representation of a root of sorry of a shoot that is trying to grow. So in the initiation zone, which is the tip area, you're going to find that the leaf primordia, means the kind of like place from where the leaf is actually going to emerge, that is all mediated by oxygen. The moment the oxygen actually starts accumulating in those region, the blue this haze that is given here, the shade that is given here, is actually the accumulation of oxygen that it has been signified here, right? So what is happening is the moment this area gets quite a lot of that oxygen right there, it actually triggered the formation of leaf in those region. That is one of the feature of that of the oxygen, we can say. So thus oxygen becomes not only like capable of lateral root formation, it also initiates the growth of the plant also to some many extent. As you know, it has been already mentioned before that oxygen is after all a growth promoter. So that is one of the feature that oxygen actually serves in the plant. Now talking about another feature that actually it also shows is actually application of oxygen to unpollinated pistil may develop it into a seedless fruit, which is called the parthenocarpic fruit. Now this is all by simply like nowadays it has been exploited a lot, that even many other cases, for instance the banana, for the case of banana, for the case of watermelon, we do find that a little amount of indole acetic acid or indole butyric acid has been administered to those plants, and that actually artificially induce the formation of the parthenocarpic fruit. And thus we do find in the market that we have watermelons without the seed, means seedless watermelons, or the banana as it is always a parthenocarpic kind of fruit. So they all are being formed by particularly this particular method. So this parthenocarpy, it can be triggered artificially by simply administering quite a controlled dose of indole acetic acid or indole butyric acid, or simply like oxins, we can say. Right. Now, this is actually something that is not quite familiar, but this is actually a drawback, we can say. But let me explain this entire picture, what is shown here. Some of you probably have seen this picture before. This is the image of like the classical image of a Huey helicopter that is being like spreading this special gas on top of the forest in Vietnam. During the Vietnam War, US military they were using this particular chemical, this 2,4-D or 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, or even like 2,4,5 trichlorophenoxyacetic acid. This material, which is a growth promoter, as you know, is artificially synthesized auxin, but it has actually a property of herbicide nature, means it can actually kill herbs, any kind of herbs. But when administered in a quite high dosage, that actually can kill normal plants also, means not only it can destroy the paddy field, it can destroy any like food crops that are being grown in those area. It can actually destroy a large amount of other kind of plants also, along with all the different kind of herbs that are growing there. So in the Vietnam War, the U.S. military, they were actually dispensing this gas in large abundance all around the places, and that actually triggered a very serious issue for even the current generation of population, because in a way Vietnam is still suffering from it, because the soil is filled with this 24D or 245T, and it is still affecting the growth of crops right there in that particular country. And not only that, even people are affected. As you can see, the picture is shown here, there are deformities in the growth of newborn babies after that particular incidents. After the Vietnam period, there were actually tremendously high amount of deformed babies were actually born. This is like one of the pictures shown here with a baby without eyes. So these all things are actually the harmful effect of this chemical. Let me tell you, this chemical actually, it used to be called as the Agent Orange during that jungle defoliation period. Means for this jungle defoliation, the this chemical that is used there, it is codenamed as Agent Orange. But this Agent Orange is actually nothing but the synthetic auxins that are being used as a herbicide in that particular period of time, or during that war. Now let's come to another feature. This is the like what is that happen normally in the plant, kind of another function of auxin. Now auxin is actually capable of abscission, helping in the process of abscission. If you know, abscission is actually the process of shedding of matured leaves, where we can find, or even fruit also, that we can find that the stalk area actually shows a distinct coloration, where from which is actually called the region of abscission, or the abscission zone. And that zone is actually the place from where we are going to find that that particular fruit or the particular leaf is going to break from the main plant and going to fall to the ground. And this is all after the senescence or the aging of that particular part of the plant. And this is somehow it is triggered by the auxin, by concentrating too much in the younger part and lesser in the lower part, in the matured part of the plant. This delayed growth, or this like like two different type of growth pattern that actually trigger this formation of this zone of abscission. And then finally this particular plant, they actually fall off, because in a shoot, wherever there is auxin, it will promote growth. Wherever there is less auxin, it will not promote growth. So the mature plant, let's say, which is like this part, is actually having less amount of growth, whereas this particular plant, it's having way too much of growth. Though this is not like, this is actually a single picture of the plant itself, entire plant itself, a cross section of it. I'm not like, it's not correct to show it like that way. But let's say if it is a top part and this is the top part and the bottom part, then we can say that the abscission layer, okay, yeah, there is a small diagram here, so we can show it here. This is actually the plant, so you can say this area is actually the portion where there is accumulation of auxin, whereas the leaf is not having any auxin present in it. Does it is triggering too much of growth in this area, but less no growth at all in the leaf region. That's why the leaf, it triggers this zone of abscission formation, and then finally the entire leaf falls off. So this is a way of removal of matured part of the plant by the help of auxins. Now, one more very important property of auxin, which is apical dominance. Apical dominance is actually a term used to show that the tip of the plant is actually able to grow more. As you can see, the picture is shown here, where the plant, you can see it is growing taller and taller and taller with increasing foliages at the tip region, and it keeps on growing as tall as possible, isn't it? This is all because of auxin accumulating in the active bud region, the tip portion. It is promoting the growth of the apical bud, and thus the apical bud, it actually keeps on growing taller and taller. And of course, from there the leaves are also going to come, as has been shown you. The leaf primordial is also triggered by the auxin. Now its leaf is growing and the plant is growing taller. But if that continue, the plant is actually going to grow way too much taller without forming any lateral branches. That's why currently, like, even it is a practice at home that whenever we have a plant growing at home, we have a tendency, flowering plant or fruit like mango plant or anything like that, it is a tendency that when the plant has grown quite a lot, then it is usually that the tip portion is cut, and that tip portion, by cutting the tip portion, the lateral branches growth is actually triggered, because when you cut the tip portion, the apical like apical region of the plant is actually removed, and that will trigger the lateral growth of the plant now. So this is something which is called the which is called apical dominance, which is prevented by cutting it, or even by applying some material which actually inhibit the action of auxins, or it is simply like you cut the portion, that will also help in the matter. So this apical dominance is something that is seen, and whenever this like the plant is required to grow taller, then it is already maintained, or even auxin is administered to help in the apical dominance. So this is something that actually happen normally with the plant, and it is common practice for the people cultivating any kind of plant to follow the method of cutting the tip portion, promoting the lateral growth, because more the branches, more chances of formation of fruits and everything in those lateral branches. So that would be like the different functions of hormone, of this phytohormone, auxin.